Thank you for listening to Podcast West Seattle Pandemic Diaries. My name is Andrew. On each episode of Pandemic Diaries, we look at how our family is adjusting to the quarantine life.
Ginger molasses cookies, yummy in my tummy.
We also talk to someone from the community to get their perspective on life during the pandemic. On this episode, we talked to Lonjina Verdugo from Wildwood Market.
It's just been different. This week it slowed down a little bit, I think.
This is Podcast West Seattle Pandemic Diaries. There are 4 of us in our house. Me, my wife Elizabeth, our 2 kids. Felix is 5, Alice is 2. Grandma and Grandpa live in a condo near the junction, and the 6 of us only go to those 2 places. As I record this, we've been in quarantine for 21 days. It has been just over a week since we got word of the stay home, stay safe order. Everyone is still adjusting to the new at-home routine.
Hi. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you well.
Elizabeth works through Zoom conferences, conference calls, email, and Slack.
I'm sharing my screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It seems to be going all right.
The kids are adjusting well to the schedule. Both seem to enjoy having a whiteboard that tells them what's supposed to happen next.
Sit on your lap. Get up.
Will you sit beside brother instead of on brother? Brother can't see the book when you're on him.
Good night, gorilla. Good night, elephant. Good night, lion. 6, 7, 8, 9, 7.
10.
10.
We're also taking all this stay-home time to try some new things. Felix briefly enjoyed piano lessons,
Yes.
but after the second one, he decided against it.
Used to be fun, but now it's not that fun.
Alice misses her friends, but has enjoyed meeting them on FaceTime, Zoom, and Marco Polo. Last weekend, she had a conference call with 9 of her daycare friends. Alice, who are you talking to?
To my friends.
One of the biggest adjustments for everyone is how we eat. Like most of the country, we are cooking at home much more.
Pork and ginger and garlic, onion and green onion.
And that's something we wanted to be doing more of anyway. We've also taken to regularly baking on the weekends.
Ginger molasses cookies. Yummy in my tummy.
What did you put in there? What ingredients did we put in?
Butter, brown sugar, flour,
Egg.
baking soda.
But even with all this home cooking, we want to support the local restaurants that are scrambling to adjust to our new reality. We have tried to be purposeful about spreading our support to different local places offering takeout. We've picked up takeout from Great American Diner, featured on episode 15 of Podcast West Seattle. We've gotten food from Bakery Nouveau, West Seattle Fish Company, Pagliacci, and Peel and Press. This past weekend, we got takeout from one of our favorites, Wildwood Market, featured on episode 2 of Podcast West Seattle.
Do you want chicken fingers?
Yeah, chicken fingers, chicken fingers.
Do we know what their soup of the day is yet? A hamburger and a kale Caesar. Elizabeth and I are going to split.
1, 2, 6. Come on, chicken. I want the chicken. Come on, chicken. French fries and chicken.
What kind of chicken?
Fried chicken.
What part of the chicken do you want fried?
Chicken breast.
Do you want it cut into strips that look like human fingers?
Yeah.
Picking up an order for Elizabeth.
Okay, and that is paid for. Thank you very much.
I wanted to see how Wildwood has adjusted to being a neighborhood market in the age of social distancing. I spoke with co-owner Lonjina Verdugo.
It has been nice. We've got people, personally, it's nice to spend some more time at home because we're trying to keep our employees employed and working. And since we have children at home, it's nice to be able to be home and slow down a little bit with them. Work-wise, it really hasn't changed that much. We go to work every day, still schedule, do our orders, and greet people and get them what they need.
Most people know Wildwood for the great food on their menu, but the grocery side of their business has provided great stability during this transition.
It's just been different. This week it slowed down a little bit. I think after Wednesday with the new stay-at-home orders, It slowed a bit. We are still a grocery store. Our market side has definitely picked up, and I think is the side supporting us, which is totally different from the past, where the restaurant side kind of did more business. And we still have takeout and Uber and DoorDash, so those are still running in and being pretty consistent.
I ask what changes have had to be made for safety.
Well, as a restaurant, we're pretty clean already. We're pretty, sanitary-wise in the back. And what the customers kind of see, what we've done is we've had to, close off some of the area. Right now we're practicing our physical distancing. So we have markers in place of where people can stand as they're waiting, suggested to stand as they're waiting in line to pay for their stuff. We blocked off some of the dining room area, just to keep people out of some of that space. And, lots of disinfecting, wiping down handles, disinfecting all the credit card machines after use, washing our hands, gloves. We're very serious about keeping everybody healthy. We are doing our best and trying to stay safe and just hope that everybody else out there is too, and so we can be able to continue to serve everyone.
Thanks, Lonjina. Wildwood Market is located at 9214 45th Avenue Southwest and Indaline on the opposite corner from Joe's. They're open daily from 11 to 7:30 for grocery and takeout. If you are financially able to do so and can do it safely, please help support local restaurants. The CDC says there's no evidence of food or food packaging being associated with transmission of COVID-19, but it is advisable to replate your food and wash your hands for 20 seconds before eating. If you don't feel comfortable with takeout, most places are selling gift cards online or over the phone. That wraps up this episode of Podcast West Seattle, Pandemic Diaries. Please subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast app. Leave us a message on Facebook at Podcast West Seattle, and tell a friend about the podcast. We'll be back in a few days with a look at life in our house and some ways you can get involved in supporting the community. Until next time, stay home, stay safe.